Alright. Alright guys, here of None here. Take a look at some of the changes here coming up in the next few patches with the Horns of the Reach. There's a few interesting things here that are coming up, and I'm just going to highlight specifically armor sets. And the reason I'm highlighting armor sets in particular is because a lot of you may be used to a certain meta with proc sets or other high damage sets here, which is getting the tables turned on top of it, okay? So, let's go ahead and take a look at some notes here from the current patch notes and the previous patch notes as well. Apologize while I get myself scrolled here. Okay, I'll kind of start off here in the middle. We kind of start off here where they're changing some of the combat balance here. And they're going to be changing some of the Munduses. This is going to affect your armor sets as well, but not so much so that you're going to have changes into some of the best in slot stuff that you have now in PvE side. But it's going to make things a little bit more interesting over on the PvP side, I feel. Thief, as you can see, is getting a reduction here. We are getting increases to the Tower, Warrior for your stamina builds. Magicka builds get the very similar increase as well. Combat improvements on some of this other stuff here, as well as some other itemization changes. Now, itemization balance. They're changing some of the traits around. So Decisive goes up a little bit more. Defending goes down. Sharpen goes down. Nernhoned goes up. Charge gets not charged. Charge, Integrate, and Ornate don't remain the same. Infused is also getting a boost, which is probably why it's going to be the new meta on some of this. Now, proc sets. Basically changed most of the stuff here. So any proc set you're going to be doing is going to have some type of trigger or delay so you can know when it's coming up and it's going to be changing. Anyone who's currently using the standard Viper, Red Mountain, Selines to do any type of ganking is probably going to see themselves get in trouble next patch. Get ready for it. It's changing. There's not much you're going to be able to do about it because a lot of people have been complaining about it. On top of that, they're also changing some of the damage around it on some of these here, so you want to watch out for some of these here. But like I said, anything that's proc set, expect a delay. Also expect a reduction in damage on top of that. Now, in the 3.1.3 patch here, okay, they just came out. We saw some extra changes here with Amber Plasm getting some reduction. Beekeepers, we're getting some reduction. Jogger Hulk got a little bit of a boost. Green Pack got a reduction. Plague Doctor got a reduction. Part of this is because one of the reasons you had the proc sets being so prevalent inside PvP was because they wanted high burst things or players with high burst to deal with Plague Doctor, Beekeeper people using high stacking on high health and also stacking on high health regeneration, which is instantly get themselves up to like 100% if they just get a second. You know, you have to be doing like 50k damage DPS to get these people down. In addition to that, they've also changed the Leviathan a little bit. They've increased it by an extra 8% critical on top of where are you? Mother Sorrow here, which they also give an extra 8% on top of that. They've increased the delays on Selene, Spinner, reduce the penetration as well as on Spriggan as well. Though it's only about 6,000, so or even less than that, like 5,500. So it's not going to be that bad. Willow's Path they've also changed as well, probably because they were going with the they're changing some things to go around with the new Prosperous stuff coming up here as well. So all this stuff is changing. Get ready for it. I don't think it's going to be too bad, but it's definitely going to change a bit of the meta inside the PvP side. PvE, I don't think it's going to be too affected by this, though it is interesting to see the Leviathan and Mother Sorrow get that boost. I kind of wonder if there's going to be a better build coming up for this with using the Shadow and maybe some direct damage dealers like a maybe a Nightblade, maybe a Sork stamina build. I'm not sure quite yet if it's going to have a major effect, though. probably still not going to be as good as some of the other stuff or metas that we have right now. Anyways, that's just some of the quick updates here. Stay tuned. We're going to take a look next at houses.